Oh, hello. This is the Smile Revolution, and I am Princess Wow. Oh, you can see it down there. Now, with my other program, I didn't have my sign down there, so I'm still getting used to it. Anyway, welcome to my show today, honoring Hanukkah. It's the first day. And I'll start with the Smile Revolution song that I wrote with Roland Musa, my ex. I don't like to call him my ex-husband, but he's my husband. Happy Hanukkah to everyone. Lori Towers, thank you for the shout out. So I'm going to sing the song we wrote together. I'm just a small portion of it. I'm not going to sing the whole song. Smile, 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 a simple smile will do. Smile, 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 it comes back to you. So don't forget to smile. Welcome to my show. This is the first day of Hanukkah, and last night was the first. It started last night, and so I wanted to talk about that today and the history of it and the menorah and all that. I will shortly. But I want to start with reading a poem. Now, Steve Kalish, I actually, thank you, Donna. Okay, I love this. Wait a minute. See, I love that I can do this, actually put up if you watch my show live, it's one of the benefits that it might show up on the screen. I can't promise. And here we go. See, this is really fun. I like this. This is like a fun thing to do. So, Steve Kalinich is a new friend of mine who I met from another friend out in Los Angeles. And I'm going to read a poem he just sent me because I'm right now really into poetry. My mother was a poet. I mean, one of her talents that she was a poet. And when she passed on, she wrote a poem about me, something about eyes filled with wonder, but I can't find the poem. And when she passed on, I looked for her poems. I couldn't find them. And I really have no idea what happened to her poems. So it's called Goodness. Stephen John Kalinich, or Stevie. One of the truths I find in life is the good that you do for others blesses you. The tenderness that you give to the world comes back to you 1,000-fold. Goodness is power. Goodness is strength. Goodness calls forth our best, our most concentrated efforts, our most focused energy. Goodness must be lived and practiced every day. Goodness is not weak. Goodness encourages us not to be lazy. Goodness cares not just about itself. It cries out for every hungry child, every displaced refugee. It cannot rest permanently when others are starving or are in serious, deep pain, displaced. Goodness runs very deep. It comes from that part of mankind and womankind that wants peace, a stopping of the violence, safe streets. Goodness is something to believe in and live, to experience. Goodness is a place to restore one's dignity, a point in awareness to move out from. Goodness that is centered and based in reality. Goodness that is demonstrable in deeds and actions that meet the human needs. This is the goodness that we must live. This is the goodness that we must pass on to our children. Goodness that is alive in these chaotic times. Goodness that we must pursue despite the bleak pictures in the world. Goodness is the lifesaver. Goodness alone can bring about a transformation that must be born anew in each one of us. Goodness like this is uplifting, elevating goodness that we can do today. Goodness that reaches out across the globe, opening new paths of awareness, new avenues of communication that can make our lives more sane. Love, Stephen John Kalinich. And he wrote that in 20, Oh, not 2009 or 2016. I'm not sure. Oh, the original was written in 2009 and he updated it, I guess, in 2016. I hope you enjoyed that. And let's see, Hanukkah. Now, here's a picture of a menorah. If some of you don't know anything about it. Now, I was brought up Jewish. Now, don't hold it against me, Donna, or anybody watching. I grew up Jewish, and I actually spent 2 summers in Israel when I was a teenager on an archaeological dig in the old city of Jerusalem. And I was on a tour, and I was on a kibbutz. I worked on a kibbutz. And actually, I felt it was so transformational. It's very spiritual. I know, Donna, you're Jewish. I know. It's very transformational it's so spiritual being in Israel. It was like so incredible those 2 summers. I actually am not Jewish anymore, but some people say, well, your mother was Jewish, so you're Jewish. But I was very ill, and I ended up getting into something else that healed me, that I was totally healed many years ago. And it's a different religion, but it's really more spiritually based. But at the same time, it's the only thing that I found that healed me. I was very, very sick with an incurable rare blood disease, and I was completely healed. So it did work. And so I went in that direction. But my family's Jewish. And so I wanted to honor Hanukkah this week. So I found some information about it that I wanted to share with people who don't know anything about Hanukkah. The history, it's after leaving slavery in Egypt for the promised land as they trekked through the wilderness in Exodus chapter 25, God commanded the Israelites to make the original menorah. It's a 7-branch candelabrum, which I just showed you. One interpretation of the meaning of the 7 branches is that they represent the 7 days of creation. After escaping from slavery in Egypt, the Israelites created a new community and a new way of life. When the first temple was built in Jerusalem, our ancestors erected a large menorah. The priests lit the menorah in the temple every evening and cleaned it every morning, replacing the wicks and putting fresh olive oil into the cups. The light of the menorah symbolizes an eternal flame. It's been said that the menorah is a symbol of the nation of Israel and its mission to be a light unto the nations. Isaiah 42:6. Now, it says here, the light of the menorah can be seen to represent any and all of the following. Light represents goodness in the story of Genesis, as God separated light and darkness on the first day of creation. Genesis 1:1. Beginning with the ancient Israelites, the light of Torah has guided us throughout our history, including many dark times. As in the story of the underdog victory of the Maccabees, a small ray of light can overcome vast darkness. The Shamash, the light of the Shamash, can be interpreted as God's helping hand in partnership with human action. The menorah light is supposed to be enjoyed and not used for study or work of any manner. Gazing at the menorah reminds us of the miracles of daily life, including light itself. So I thought that was really beautiful. And then also, oh, good. So Vicky Garvey said she likes this. Okay, good. Donna was in Israel when she was 16. So was I, Donna. I don't know if it's the same year, but we'll have to talk about that later. Okay, that's really neat. I was there 2 summers when I was a teenager. And the Jewish religion is monotheistic. Those who follow a monotheistic religion believe in the existence of a single God. And this includes many of the well-known faiths, including Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. In contrast, some believe in multiple gods, and those are known as polytheistic religions. Monotheistic deities are generally all-encompassing beings precisely because they're viewed as the only deity in existence. So I thought that was interesting, too. And Judaism is the original Abrahamic faith. It posits the existence of a single, all-powerful, indivisible God. Jews address their God by a variety of names, including God, which is sometimes, and Yehovah, Yah or Yahweh, Yahweh or Yehovah. However, Jews never utter that name, considering it the unpronounceable name of God. And God is God-D, but they don't say that here in this, what I found. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little history lesson about Hanukkah and the meaning of the menorah, which is really neat. And I have these cards. Wait a second. Hold on one second. Oh, I want to tell you about, I have made Smile Revolution mugs. Let's see if you can see them. This is the light from my window. Can you see it? It's got my logo. And there we go. And then the back is balloons that are almost all smiling. And it says, may you give and receive many smiles. Isn't that pretty? And it has the orange inside. I just got these. And I have t-shirts and long sleeve shirts. And I'm getting my CDs. I'm getting those ordered. But anyway, if anybody wants to buy one, I just got some in. And they are $30, including shipping in the US. If it was out of the country, it would be a different shipping price. But I'm trying to keep it shipping included in the United States. So if anybody's interested, they can let me know. And I'll be setting it up on my website soon. I just got them like 2 days ago. And I haven't set it up yet. Oh, you love the mugs? Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah, the mugs turned out really good. I like them. I think they're really fun. And you're supporting joy. So anyway, okay, good. Here we go. Okay, so thank you. I'm glad you like it. I like the mug too. I think it turned out really good. And the t-shirts are black shirt. I'll show you another show. They're black with the logo and the balloons on the back as well. And let's see, somebody wants to say hello. Hi, Gumby wants to say hello and give you a big hug. And who else? Oh, my kitty. Oh, Tiggy. Oh, Tiggy. Here's another kitty cat. It's like a little shaker. Actually, it could be an instrument. And what else do I have here? Let's see. Oh, the kids want to say hello. Gumby and Pokey want to say hello to you. And let's see. So next week. Oh, this is a button I did years ago. If you haven't seen this before, I used to have a blog. That was my blog address. I don't have it anymore, but I have mindyfradkin.com is my website. But I did these years ago. Tiggy, Donna always asks where Tiggy is. Tiggy just had lunch, and she went back probably went back to take a nap. And here's some cards here. Let's see, mytimeforthinkers.com. Reality is always kinder than the stories we tell about it. Has there ever been a time when you were sick, then quickly got well after you overcame sad or angry thoughts? And then Mahatma Gandhi said, there are people in the world so hungry that God cannot appear to them except in the form of bread. Have you ever fed a total stranger? And Snow Patrol, which must be a band. I need your grace to remind me to find my own. Tell a story about feeling undesirable and being befriended. If you don't have a story, this is like a card game. And then Bobby McFerrin, the musician, said, even though I walk through a dark and dreary land, there is nothing that can shake me. She has said, she won't forsake me. I'm in her hand. Tell a story about feeling really alone. Did you find yourself drawing on spiritual resources? Well, for Christmas, I'm going to be alone, I think, but I'm going to do a show. Here's some buttons somebody gave me years ago. I will be alone on Christmas, I think, but I'm going to do a show. And so that'll be fun. I might have some guests, live guests, and I have a couple actor friends sending me some videos, which is going to be super fun. Put on a happy face, see? If we can focus on the good and be grateful, you can still smile no matter what. Look, I'm not saying it's easy. Yesterday, if you talked to me in the afternoon, I wasn't feeling great and I was like resting. I took a little break. And, but by evening, I was starting to feel better. Okay, so here's my little frog. He wants to say hello. I have all my fun friends just want to say hi to you. So anyway, and my little smile bowl, which I got at Maverick Road in Woodstock, which I've talked to you about if you've seen my show before. I have all these fun things, as you know. And but I do love my new mug. I think it's kind of fun. I just got it. I love the orange and everything. I like a lot of color, as you all know. Well, today I got dressed up because of Hanukkah. I wanted to look pretty and dressy for you. And so next Wednesday I'll be back, and Friday is a dance party with Steve Kalinich. He has this rockin' album that I really like, and I've been dancing to it. So I'm going to play one of his songs. And next Wednesday, you'll see I'll have some surprise coming. You never know what I'm going to be doing. Things just kind of unfold in my show. Sometimes at the last minute, oh, guess who wants to say hello? She always wants to say hello. Mindy. She wants to give you a big smile and hug. And she wishes you a good weekend. Happy Hanukkah. It's 8 nights. And the last day of Hanukkah is next Friday, a week before Christmas. So we'll be celebrating. We're having a Christmas show, and I'm doing a New Year's show. And I'll probably do a Kwanzaa show. I want to be inclusive with everybody. There's all these different holidays. So I'm not just singling out one. Okay, so that's why I'm doing all of them and doing research on them. So for people who don't really know much, I'm learning myself about Kwanzaa. I didn't really know much at all about it. So it's good for me to learn all this. So anyway, I love you all. And I'll put this up again. I'll put that up again. SmileRevolutionShow@gmail is my new email address for my show. And then if anybody wants to donate to feedingamerica.org, there's a lot of people in our country, I don't know about in the UK or other places, who are waiting in line for food, who don't know where their next meal is going to be. So I hope that you enjoyed my show and learned something about Hanukkah. If you didn't know, happy Hanukkah to you, Donna, and anyone else who's watching in live or replay. And I'll see you next week. Okay, love you all, and be the joy. Join the Smile Revolution.